time no see. Well, I'm really excited because, as you know, we are now currently enrolling for the 12-month spiritual success experience. We've had so much amazing time together in the Mastering Manifestation workshop, and I want to make sure that it's not just me talking. I don't want you to hear from me about what it's like being here. I really wanted to introduce you throughout today, tomorrow, and the next several days, several of the women who have said yes to their success, who've decided to plug into the power of a container of high-vibing women and to really hyperspeed their results, to trust in the unknown and learn how to connect to her. You know who I'm talking about, right? Your inner feminine beast, the version of you that has the courage, the power, and the clarity to say yes to your success and to get it done, but most importantly, be consistent with it. See it through. Live this way every single day of your spiritual journey, of your life. And so I am more than honored to have a new member and a dear friend of mine, but honestly, one of the most successful women that I know. Today, you're gonna be meeting my client, Kimberly Olson. She just recently joined us in the spiritual success experience, but let me tell you a little bit about Kimberly, and get ready, this may take a minute. Kimberly is honestly one of the most impressive women, one of the women I choose to be around every day. Remember I talked about power proximity? This is that kind of woman. And she is, she has her PhD. She is 3-time best-selling author. She has a new book coming out soon, so get ready. I'm sure that one's me best-selling too. She is a TEDx speaker. Do y'all know what that means? Like, this is some of the best of the best. She's presenting to the world on a huge platform. She's the #1, yes, I said #1 recruiter in the world for her network marketing company. She also is a multi-7-figure business entrepreneur. She even has a top 50 podcast on iTunes. She is here. She's saying yes to her success. I'm honored to have her. At the same time, I want you to understand this is the level of woman and a community that you're plugging into. So I'm going to figure out how to work this system and have her hop in on here and ask her a few questions, just so for any of you who are, on the fence, understand like this is what it's about. So here we go. Ready? And
yay, you did it.
Did you notice everybody here like 2 minutes late? Kimberly's like, push go live. And I was like, oh. So I usually do this on Facebook, but you look beautiful as always, Kimberly. Thank you for being here with your time. And, yeah, I appreciate it. So first of all, I want to give you a huge congratulations. We just announced publicly this week that your company, The Gold Digger Girl, just hit the $1 million mark this year in cash.
Yes.
Cash, baby. I love that. Because a lot of people are always talking about future secured income, recurring revenue, and that is special. But I don't want to count our eggs before they hatch. And honestly, let's be honest, cash is queen. So congratulations. That's because of the inner work and the time and consistency and all of that. So that is really, really huge. So I definitely want to celebrate that. But yeah, let's get to it. So we're brand new. I know you're brand new into the spiritual success experience, but I'm curious, why did you say yes?
Oh yeah. So we did $1.1 million all of last year. And, we just are not even finishing 6 months of this calendar year. And we did this almost the same amount. So one of the things I noticed is that I was exponentially growing my income without working more. So I just kind of stumbled upon this whole concept of not working, and not even the whole work smarter, not harder. It was the law of metaphysics, the stuff that you teach. I didn't really understand it. I had never studied it. I knew a little bit about like law of attraction and stuff like that. But when I started watching you and some of your posts and obviously talking to you and getting to know you, I was like, whoa, like this woman is onto something. But not only me to reach my goals and 10x and bless more people, but to do it in a way that just flows, to do in a way where I don't feel like I'm forcing it, because I'm naturally very masculine. Like I'm a driver, I'm a go, let's do this. And I realized you can only do so much of that. So I was really drawn to watching you and just the way that you would talk to me about things when I would ask you questions. And I thought, oh my gosh, like not only can I just blow this out of the water, but I could do it in a way that felt really aligned and made me feel really joyful. And that's absolutely just in the short period of time. Obviously, I'm already seeing just amazing things. So that's why I said yes.
So that's like a really interesting thing that you brought up. So everybody knows that I'm all about your inner feminine beast. And there's something with that. So I have 2 types of clients that I notice, and nobody can fit into a box, but there's usually a lot of women who are very much in their femininity, which is not a bad or good thing, but a lot of meditating, a lot of studying, a lot of, hoping and imagining. And then there's you, which is like the version of the masculine side, which I love. go, 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 go. But it's also about reaping your rewards, learning to surrender, learning that you're supported. And honestly, it doesn't have to be as hard as we make it. We can do what we did last year in 6 months if we allow it. And when we're go-getters, it's sometimes the allowing is not what we've been taught. So it's about unlearning. So I'm glad that you brought that up, and that really means a lot to me. I did have a question too. So let's see. Why did you say yes? Got that. That's a good one. You have just joined recently, but I would love to know, what is your biggest takeaway since you've joined?
So do you remember when I was first asking you about your teachings, if you would send me one of your meditation tracks for free?
Yeah.
And you were like, it doesn't work that way. There's not like a guided meditation and all the things that you're used to. I teach you how to be in silence. And I was like, wait, what? Like, I can't imagine just sitting there in silence. And you're like, it's like a whole thing. Like, you have to learn. I would be doing you a disservice based on what I've learned to just send you a track. And I was like, man, like I wanted it so bad. And I know in my heart, like that is something that I've struggled being consistent with, but I know it's what I need because I'm ADD naturally. And we just talked about all the things. So when I got in the program, it wasn't right away, but I worked through everything and I did my vision board. I did, all the things that you had to do, and I was implementing and listening. And it is very much, it's not like, let's think about being aligned. Like, it's like, what are your goals? Let's make it happen. Like that's there for sure. And then when I got to that part and I went through it and then I started doing it, I have the whole thing memorized now. But like, I carve that time out now. I'm like burning Palo Santo and I've got my raw, my cacao drink, because it's my time. It's my time for me to go, what do I want? And what am I going to let go of? And guess what? Every time I do it, it's different. Every day is different because something happens with my child or someone on my staff. Right. And so it's been great because I hit the goal for the first like week or two of it. We hit that goal. So it's like, what's next? What's next? And so it's like a playground to me now. Like, it's just, it has changed my life, Cynthia. So I love that. That's like first quick win for me.
That's amazing. Yeah. So when it comes to guided meditations, I do offer that. But as she was saying, my guided meditation isn't there for you to rely on. My job is not to have you rely on systems, structures, people, or anything outside of you. I teach you how to master the art of meditation, which is the art of silence. Because if you can have silence in your mind, that means you finally controlled your thoughts. So your thoughts are controlling you. And it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. So I'm glad that you're talking about this. And the fact that, like you said, it can happen quickly. Wherever the focus goes, the momentum goes. And it's not a challenge, it's a playground. It's like, we get to do this.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome. You know what? I would love to know too. Some people are like, well, I'm busy, like a coaching program or, even having another mentor. First of all, I'm curious, as a successful women, how many mentors do you personally have right now, Kimberly?
I have 3 like right now that I'm working with. And then I just did a voice coaching session this morning. I have a voice coach because I need different people to operate at this level, So
That's
multiple. Yeah.
All your mentors, and Kimberly is a mentor to like thousands of women. She has mentors and sees the value of that. And I love that. Also, the fact that you're so busy, how do you work with all these mentors? How do you balance that? And how do you make time for your spirituality and this program?
So one of the things that I learned, I do hot yoga. And one of the things the teacher said is, he's like, transformation is letting stuff go. It's getting rid of things. So for me, some of you don't know me, but I'm coming up on 4 years of sobriety August 1st, because you keep track of that stuff. But when I went through all of that, I realized that's what I needed to let go to be able to transform. And that was it. Like, that was it. That was the crutch for me. That was holding me back. I was vibing down here. So when you look at your schedule and you're like, well, how am I going to fit this in? It's not that. It's just making way for it and realizing you already have the time. Time is just, it's perception. So for me, I say to myself, okay, this is so important to me. I'm going to make time for it. And guess what happens? All my messages still get responded to. My children still get fed. I still sleep 8 hours a night. Like, it's amazing what, like you said, what you focus on. It's like the Red Sea parting. Like, the time will appear for you if it's that important to you. And what could be more important than learning how to leverage these tools? Like the laws, all this stuff. Everything now. I'm like, it's a law. Like, I can hear you in my head now. I'm like, law of reciprocity. Okay, it's amazing. So I'm very busy. I mean, I run multiple 7-figure coaching business. And I have a 6-figure network marketing team. And like you mentioned, a big team, and obviously 2 little kids. My husband travels. I have so much going on. and I make time for it because it's important. So you will make time for it.
Time isn't real, and it's whatever you prioritize, you energize. What else are you going to prioritize than your life's purpose and elevating to work at the way that you can to make greater impact? So I love that. There's something that we don't have to dive too deep into, because I know we're keep our babies, tight and safe. But one of the things personally, as your mentor in this area, that I've really loved is how much you have shared a lot of the wisdom that you're learning with your baby girls.
Mm-hmm.
You shared little videos with me of them doing like the affirmations with you. Even my son, I have pictures of him meditating. Like, our children are watching us.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting. I've noticed every single woman that I've worked with that is a mother has noticed a change with their children and the relationship with them. Would you mind just talking a little bit about that? Because I think that's a huge one. And this is, again, less than a month together. Like,
yeah, I know, less than a month. I'm just like, what is a year going to be? You're going to have me on in a year, and we're going to talk about what happened.
Absolutely.
I won't recognize myself. So, and I was drawn to you because obviously I'm a businesswoman. I want more abundance, wealth. I want to impact more people. But what I notice is, and for me, it's easy for me to work. Like, I have to focus on being mom and wife and all of that. So it's funny and ironic, but I actually noticed that for doing all this work that I'm actually more in tuned and more connected to my oldest, because my little one's very demanding. So the oldest kind of gets the seconds. Yeah. And she's super sweet. So she's not like, I need, and she's affectionate and she needs all this. And I realized, like, I wasn't looking at her. I wasn't sitting and just playing with her and talking to her about her day. Yeah, I tuck her into bed and do all the mom things, but I wasn't really seeing her. And I noticed that huge. And then I also noticed with my husband, just feeling very close to him and just so joyful and thankful that we just had our 9-year anniversary and we're just madly in love with each other. And like, I manifested him, and I'm looking at him going, oh my gosh, it just gets better and better. And instead of it being like, oh, I've got kids and I'm a mom and a husband and I got to be, hot wife and all these things, it's like, I'm having so much joy in my relationships with my family. And even I had to, kind of sever a relationship. And that's that transformation. It's going, well, if I want these relationships, and look at our relationship just gets better and better. If I want all this to rise, there's some stuff that's going to fall away. And so I was able to have that discernment to go, oh, everything's happening for me, by me. Like, I actually need to put some boundaries in place here. And so that really helped me with like a tough situation as well, personally.
And we literally just had that session today in the workshop. But being the director of your life, it means hiring the actors and it means firing the actors. And I love that you brought that up. So cool. And the thing is too, what I know, and I'm not sure if you realize this yet, but you're going to see a lot more of this because it's what happened to me and all the clients have been doing this for a while. The more you can stay with your meditation and you stay in that high frequency and you tap into it daily, what happens is you really are raising your vibration, which means you're tapping into your divinity. And children, they just came from source.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like home to them.
Yes.
So mommy has been like so busy, go. But because you spend time and you put yourself first, you also understand how to put others first now, because now you become a surplus of all things good. You have all the time in the world. You have all the love in the world because you're plugging in, but your babies are going to gravitate towards you. My children tell me every day, Mommy, you're so beautiful. Mommy, we love you so much. Mommy, it's like, oh my God. Seriously. But it's because I feel like home to them. And I know that because
that's so beautiful.
Yeah. So I don't want to take too much of your time, but I would like to ask you about the actual program, the structure, the content. What has been like your favorite takeaways from how it's set up, or, just how the sessions are taught, anything like feedback like that?
Yeah. So if for those of you that like to plug in, like you like the accountability piece, you want to make sure that there's so many different ways. I mean, when she says she'll call you out on your stuff, she'll call you out on your stuff. Like, I've seen it
with love.
Yeah. And it's good because you're like, okay, like it's that social pressure a little bit of the good kind of peer pressure. Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh, I got to get my vision board. It's the first of the month. Like, you feel that. And then obviously the Facebook group. But if you want to hop on calls and you want, to unmute and ask her a question, she's completely accessible. If you're someone who is, I'm more of I work on things on my time. I've just been able to log in and it keeps track of everything. I'm like, great, I did that one. And then she'll say, do not go into the next one until you've signed your contract, like for that piece of it. This is what the action steps are. So you're like, okay, like I need to implement that. Like I said, the implementation I think is important because a lot of people just talk concepts and it's very strategic. Like, this is how you actually apply it. So depending on how you like to learn, it's laid out for any person, any variety.
Yeah, I like, I'm a businesswoman, but I'm also understanding spirituality. And a lot of the spirituality is very like this. I like to put structure and strategy and implementation into spiritual concepts. So that's cool that you're noticing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, totally.
One thing I wanted to ask you, so what are you looking forward to experiencing since we're so new? We have a lot more to cover. What are you most excited about, especially looking at the syllabus?
Yeah, for me, absolutely. It's the flow throughout the day. It's the alignment. I get out of alignment when I get frustrated, and I have very high expectations, like just for people in general, I've noticed. And if somebody, is late for something, I get really upset. So one of the things I'm learning is that getting out of alignment gets me away from what I want. So I'm really excited to just be able to quickly get back into that high vibe and stay there as much as humanly possible, if not all the time. That to me is like, I cannot wait till I'm just like zipping around vibing, high vibe everywhere. The doors are opening, parking spots, all the things. That's what I'm looking forward to.
It will happen. Trust me. I can say something and it falls out of the sky. And in the beginning, it's literally like, oh, that's so crazy. But now it's like, no, but of course, it's like you command the room. You are the embodied divine goddess. Like you've run this, and it's really amazing to hear that and that you're looking forward to that. I can't wait to show that with you. So the very last thing too is, first of all, I want to let you know, I'm not sure if you can see the comments, but Kimberly is amazing. Oh my God, she's my #1 person I love to follow on Instagram. Like. Thank you for sharing your perspective, Kimberly. Like a lot of people are congratulating you on your sobriety, 4 years for somebody on August 29th. Congratulations. Well, yeah, it seems like the program's already for successful women. Here's the thing. You are a successful woman. If you own it, you claim it. It doesn't matter what level you're at. Kimberly is, technically, financially speaking, more successful than I, but she sees things within me that derives from her. We're all different. And it's not about comparing yourself on what level you're at. But what I want to ask you is, are you surrounded by people who are projecting what you want to be? Because that's how you get inspired. That's how you motivate. And that's how you collaborate up. So it's not for women who are just starting, and starting in what? This is not a business coaching company. This is a spiritual success. Like this is how you become a good businesswoman, how you become a good mother, how you become a good leader in your community, in your business, in your life. This is how you become the leader of your life. And so it's not about different areas. So some of our ladies aren't even owning their own businesses. They're executive women. There are women who are speech therapists. There are women who own boutiques, but there's women all over. So it is for successful women, because I believe everybody who comes into here is successful. There's not a judgment and labeling. Labeling is what the ego does. So somebody who put that there, I can't see who it is, just so you know, it's for all, but it's for the women who are willing to show up, to get it done, and to see it through. So with that being said, I would like to know, Kimberly, what is your perspective on that? And we'll wrap up here. Who do you recommend this for? And obviously, do you recommend it?
Yeah, and I saw the thing about being already successful women. Cynthia tracks successful women because power of proximity, like y'all talked about. But what really got me to that point where I was able to quit my job, I mean, I was making, 50, 60,000 a year at my job. I was able to do 150,000 it wasn't even my first full year. It was when I launched my business. I started investing in coaching before I could afford it.
Me too.
I'm debt free. We're debt free. I'm an advocate of that. But when people talk to me about investing, that's like investing, like we have homes, we carry a mortgage. It's not debt to us because it's equity, right? It's the same thing. So when people say, I don't have the money, I need to go make the money and come back. So when you're kind of like looking at programs and like, who's going to be my coach, ask yourself, does that person have what I want? Cynthia's the total package. This way.
Thank you.
You want to look at that, guys. Like really ask yourself, who are you learning from? Is it some, person out there that you don't really know if they actually are making the money or whatnot? She has it all, you guys. But you also have to say with the investment piece, the financial, it is an investment. It's not an expense. So as you're weighing and considering this program, I really want you to remember people who are successful that before we invested in ourselves before you could afford it. Like you want to talk about bootleg selling stuff.
Yeah.
Making it happen, getting a side job, like you figure it out. So on the fence, go for it.
I remember we just girl chatting. I remember like, I literally had a job like a few years ago where I was putting my hands in like trash every single day, like $11 an hour. You were telling me, remember, I used to drive 45 minutes forward and back for like a class for $20. And like, the first time I ever did a presentation, I booked a room and sat there for an hour and nobody showed up. Like, I kid you not. And I'm so happy it did, because if I did not quit, I will not fail. I'm here now. And this is still just the start.
Yes.
And so it's, where are you? It doesn't matter as long as you continue to say yes. So I'm really happy that you said that. And that this is so flattering. And I just really appreciate your time. And you really are such a successful woman, but I see so much more wonderful changes coming. So can't wait to, keep moving with you in the program. Ladies who are on the fence, this is just to inspire you, to show you what is possible and can happen quickly, as long as you own it, claim it, say yes to your success, trust in yourself, and obviously trust in your mentors and other women who have your back and support you. So thank you so much, Kimberly. And if you want to say it with me, ready? Acknowledge it.
What was that?
Acknowledge it.
Acknowledge it.
Embrace it.
Embrace it.
See it through.
See it through.
It's fun to say.
I love it.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. Catch you later.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Kimberly.